Live music from Cook County's Unnamed Stream. Great seats for theater and hot glasswork. Tonight, that's what's on the playlist.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.
The playlist opens tonight with the alt-country stylings of Grand Marais' Unnamed Stream. The innovative ensemble's rich harmonies blend beautifully with the sound of strings. Please welcome Unnamed Stream.
Trying to write me some lines, talking bad things about you and me. Happy songs don't get played on the radio. No one wants to hear what I say. Well, the guilt's setting in every time I begin to write a song when nothing's wrong.
Well, we get to hear more music and have a conversation with the members of Unnamed Stream coming up in just a few minutes. But there's music and pathos and drama in the Teatro Zucconi's production of The Man of La Mancha, and hand-to-hand combat as well. The scenes are carefully choreographed down to the last detail. Take a look.
Right, left, swing it over his head. Tonight what you're going to see is a combat scene, and it's meant to be done very comically. We've been describing it as sort of Three Stooges sort of combat style.
It is a little crazy, yeah, and I find that I maybe should have been doing my aerobics before I embarked upon this role.
And so we just blocked this a couple of days ago, and now what we have to do is get it up to speed. And whenever you're doing combat, you have to be very careful because you don't want people to get hurt.
You go really, really slow at first, and it seems tedious, but as soon as they start getting it sped up a little bit, it works out perfectly, and the timing is just awesome.
Let's try that again and try to bring it up to speed. And this time, more vocalizations for each other. I'm Cheryl Jensen, and I'm directing a production of Man of La Mancha at Teatro Zucconi. And I think Man of La Mancha really works well in a small space because what we're going to try to do is recreate a 16th century Spanish dungeon. And we're really lucky to have Ann Gumper designing our set to do that. You're going to see everything right up close. I mean, even the combat scenes, you know, they'll practically be people in your lap. So I do like that sense of immediacy, and I think it just gets the audience really involved.
The cast is made up of people from all different walks of life and all different experience levels.
This is actually my first actual non-high school production of any sort.
To me, theater is so much about collaboration and about puzzle pieces. And then you sit opening night and you watch how 1,000 choices all work together. And that's the trick, making every one of those choices create an entertaining piece of theater for your audience.
It's funny, it's family friendly, so I don't know, I'd go see it.
Victory! Well, in the studio with me are Peter Frolensdorf. Did I get it right?
You did.
And Ken Alberg.
Yep.
Yes, welcome both of you. You're playing hooky from rehearsal tonight, so thank you.
Yes, we are.
Yes. So I don't want to get you in trouble, but tell me a little bit, as I watched that Man of La Mancha on the small stage, tell me the challenges of kind of scaling it down.
Well, usually the show is done on a huge proscenium, and this is a very intimate stage, so bringing it down to basically the very basic of the story, to finding out what the story is telling, and just taking away the extra things.
We like to call it mini mancha.
But those fight scenes aren't mini. There's nothing mini about that. That's a really long lance.
It is, in a very short ceiling, yes.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about the choreography that goes into that, the timing.
Well, we had one main choreographer, but it was really kind of a team effort. And we really had to think about the timing and make sure that no one did get hurt, but that it looked like it was action-packed.
And on the spot.
And hopefully a little humorous too, because it's not
absolutely.
supposed to be that serious,
No,
right?
absolutely.
Now, the music of Man of La Mancha is classic. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing with that.
Well, one of the exciting things is that we have our orchestra has the keyboard, but all the musicians are part of the set and part of the stage. They're not hidden behind. And we have Corey Clay on classical guitar and
Patrick Colvin
piano, and we have flute and string bass, and that's essentially our orchestra, and our percussionists are actors on stage playing the set.
That's very fun.
Yeah, it's neat.
And the voices, and we were privy to listening to some of the vocal warm-ups and the vocal rehearsals that go into staging something like that. Favorite song?
Favorite song? Oh, it's got to be actually Ken's song. By Sancho Pancho, it's a song called I Like Him. It's a great song.
And I think mine is To Each His Dulcinea. That's what Chris Harwood sings. I just love that one. So.
The actress playing Dulcinea is fantastic.
Former colleague of mine. She used to teach with me at Hermantown, and she's now the teacher at LSC taking the choral program, Patty Dorn. She's fantastic.
And tell me a little bit about the director. I know Cheryl's a pretty serious director, but she gets a lot of good stuff out of her cast.
Her product is amazing. So
yes.
Cheryl is a former teacher at Duluth East, and English teacher, and then director. This is probably her 40th or 50th show. She's just amazing.
I've learned so much from her.
And so what do you guys get out of this? I mean, you have to give up a lot to be in a community theater production.
Yes.
It is. It's very time-consuming, but it's rewarding. Meeting new people and just being able to explore go into a whole new world every
Building
evening.
a family,
Yeah,
relationships,
truly.
which is what La Mancha is about.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful production. I wish you all the best with it.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking time. Don't get me in trouble with Cheryl. I'll try not to get you guys in trouble either.
I think we'll be okay.
Well, good luck with the production.
Thank you.
All right, now Man of La Mancha opens 2 weeks from tonight, Thursday, December 2nd at the Teatro Zucconi, and it runs through the 19th. Tickets are available through the Teatro's website. And we'll be back after a quick visit to the Duluth Art Institute.
My name's Ann Dugan. I'm the curator here at the Duluth Art Institute, and I'm currently setting up for the Arrowhead Regional Biennial. You know, certainly it's one person's idea of what is the art of this time and the art of this region, but it allows us to show that off to you know, tourists coming from all around who use the depot as a space. We can sort of highlight and show off the incredible talent and range of artists in our region. That's what's sort of come together. It's a very wonderful, eclectic mix of mediums, of ideas, of themes. There are certainly threads throughout. There's threads of water, there's threads of landscapes, but yet there's still this representation of all that creative craziness that's the Arrowhead. It runs through February 6th, so it's up for a fairly long period of time.
The Art Institute has a panel discussion scheduled with the curator of the biennial exhibit on Thursday, December 2nd at 6 o'clock. Now, you're invited to carry on the conversation in person. And if you're looking for something to do with the family Thanksgiving weekend, consider the theater. Hibbing Community College is presenting a Pulitzer Prize-winning drama about another modern family's dysfunctional diasma. Strong performances by 4 local actors bring the poignant story of Proof to life.
You're sitting here, you're giving me advice, you bought me champagne.
Yes.
Which means...
For you?
Yes.
For you, Catherine, my daughter, who I love very much. It could be a bad sign.
My name is Emma Colbert, and I play Catherine in Proof.
Catherine has been taking care of her father, who has gone from a world-renowned math genius and has sunk into the lowest place of manic depression.
There's big swings there, of course.
And she has watched her father disintegrate and is worried about that.
How old were you when it started?
Oh, mid-20s, 23, 4.
My name is Ron Kemp, and I play Robert. In one of the scenes, I'm actually playing my daughter's conscience, so I'm getting into her head, so to speak.
Were you asleep?
You scared me, for Christ's sake. What are you doing?
There's a love story, there's sibling rivalry, there's a lot of things that happen in the play that will keep you engaged the entire time.
It's big, but it becomes intimate. That's what my job is to give them what they need.
Great Lakes Vineyards. I didn't know they made wine in Wisconsin.
A girl who's drinking from the bottle shouldn't complain. Don't guzzle. It's an elegant beverage. Sip.
This is a really hip, new playwright, and he won the Pulitzer Prize for Drama, David Auburn, in 2001. So there's a sharpness to the text. It'll make you lean forward in your seat.
It goes into some areas that people don't talk about a lot.
We've put so much work into it, and I think that they're gonna really get into this story.
It's Proof, and it opens the day after Thanksgiving. And so a lot of people have family coming in and they say, what are we gonna do for the weekend? Come out and see Proof. You'll have so much to talk about. You'll be glad you did.
All right, let's really try to make it work, yeah, guys? Yeah. Hi, I'm Nikki Swoboda. I'm the director and choreographer of White Christmas that is premiering December 2nd at the Duluth Playhouse.
My name's Carol Brozart, and I'm the costume designer for White Christmas. It's fun, but it's a big play. There's a lot of numbers where they all have to look the same. So that can be a little stressful.
It's the story of a song and dance duo, Wallace and Davis, and they meet the Hansen sisters, and they follow them all the way up to an inn in Pine Tree, Vermont, and they decide to give their former Army general from World War II a gift in the form of bringing their show and many, many audience members to his inn. And it's a great kind of throwback to a times where, you know, things were simple and beautiful and Christmassy. We run 3 weekends. We open December 2nd. We close the 19th. We run matinees on Saturdays and Sundays at 2 o'clock, 7:30 shows.
Artists Jim Sage and Bob Husby aren't exactly pyromaniacs, but they like to play with fire. Their heated passion for provocative art delivers dangerously fun glasswork.
Once you have hot glass on the end of the pipe, you have to give all your attention to that piece of glass until it comes off of the pipe.
The glass is really hot. It doesn't take much air pressure to blow it.
Jim and I have 2 benches here so we can work independently from each other and not get in each other's way too much.
If it involves extreme heat, and fire, and some element of danger, I just love it.
The pipes have to always be turning with the hot glass, otherwise the glass would fall off of the pipe. It's kind of like honey on a stick. I'm going to combine 4 colors and then some metallic dichroic glass.
I want to taper the bottom quite a bit, so I'm going to just heat that far end of it. And besides using just gravity, I'll use a little bit of centrifugal force to really make it move fast.
I like to use the glass fluidly. I like more organic shapes. Now I'm going to twist the glass, and you can actually give the glass some movement this way.
I think sometimes you can have an idea in your head what you want it to look like when it's finished, but sometimes the glass wants to take its own direction.
And if I make an impression in the glass, it will turn into a bubble on my next gather. We kind of have an open policy of borrowing ideas from each other. So he showed me a lot and I've showed him a lot. And right now I've got the piece shaped up the way I want it.
I think creating something different that you haven't done before, I think that's really exciting.
I just enjoy it. It's challenging. The challenges are endless.
You can see Jim and Bob's work and the talent of many other local artists at art fairs around the region this weekend. Jim will be at the Duluth Farmers Market this Saturday. Bob will be at the Festival of Trees at the Deck. And there are lots of artists in the Virginia area with work for sale at the Lyric Center for the Arts. You can connect with our arts calendar on the website, playlistonline.org. You can download episodes as podcasts and join us on Facebook and Twitter as well. Now tonight, our playlist gallery features the work of Annie Leibovitz and Sharon Postens, compliments of Lizards Gallery here in Duluth. Annie's work and Lizards are part of a holiday art gallery crawl on Saturday, December 4th, all over the city of Duluth. And now please welcome back Unnamed Stream, performing live here in the WDSE studio.
Just trying to do what's right.
Thank you. What a treat. Thank you, guys, and welcome to the playlist.
Thanks for having us.
Sincerely, thank you for driving down. That's a good long drive, but hopefully we get to share your music with a whole bunch of people. Thanks to all of you. Now, Bill, you got voted spokesman, so can you do a quick round of introductions with instrument and names of your fellow bandmates?
On my right is Bump Blomberg, and he's playing a mandolin there. Bump's a fabulous musician on multi-instrumental, plays all over the world, mostly around Cook County these days. Barbara Jean Johnson is on the banjo, but also plays viola, and will be on the next tune. Eric Frost on the guitar there on the Martin D28, and Jessa Frost on the violin, fiddle, if you will.
And you all write music. Ben, or Eric, you are writing music. Barbara Jean, you're writing music. And you wrote the last one.
We've all written, that was actually Barbara Jean's tune, the last one, and we've all written music except Jessa. We're working on her, though. She's coming. She'll get it.
In all her spare time. And acoustic by design, is acoustic kind of where you want to be?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're a string band, for sure. Yeah. We love that sound. We are looking for a bass player. We had a really talented bass player, moved away, unfortunately, so we have kind of high standards, but we're looking for an acoustic bass player that can, because that's a nice sound to have there too, and we'll find one.
In general, you guys got to tell me what's happening in Cook County, because there is fantastic music every time I've come through anywhere up the shore. So why? What's happening?
Well, I think Cook County is just such a warm and welcoming place for tourists as well as locals alike, and really the tourism board, in conjunction with a number of the resorts and the ski hill, really have been strong supporters of local musicians, and we're really blessed to live in an area where you can shake a tree and a baker's dozen of really good musicians are gonna fall out, and it's really opening and welcoming to be able to play with a number of people who just like to play music. So,
and that's at a level, you guys are playing at a fantastic level, and I have to tease you, when's the next gig and when's the CD coming out, or when's the recording coming out?
Our next gig is until December 19th. We're playing at the Gunflint Tavern then, because I'm going to Africa for 3 weeks in a few days, so we'll have a little hiatus while I do that, but yeah, the December 19th. The CD, when we get it done.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's coming, though. It's coming.
Okay, but meanwhile, we'll put this episode online and people can watch. And you have another tune for us, so
we do.
Thank you. While you're getting ready for that, I'm going to tell everybody to keep the ideas coming on the playlist. We invite your suggestions for music, theater, artists working in the region, all of that. Thanks for watching tonight. We hope you put some great things, great art on your playlist for the weekend. And guys, I think with a deep breath, please play us out. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Always knew I could count on you to take my call and see me through. Now you're gone, I don't know what to do. Always knew I could count. I can't remember when you weren't here. Always quick to lend.
Funding for the playlist is provided by the citizens of Minnesota through the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and by viewers like you.